Hi, and welcome to Candid Low Code. I'm John Scalamaro, the manager of architecture and governance and product marketing. And I'm here with my good friend, Evren Yilmazer. Ev is a customer success director. And today we're going to be talking about things that our customers have been facing in regards to the COVID crisis and some of the ways that it's been impacting them. So, hi, Ev, how are you today?
Hi, John. Good. Doing well. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm not too bad. So what I wanted to do is you've talked a lot about some interesting things that have been happening to our customers, the ways that our customers have been impacted during the current crisis and situation that we're going through. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So could you start by telling me some about where you've seen customer impact since things have changed?
Sure. As I mentioned before, I have a big portfolio of different accounts, and
Mhm.
customers, as you know, like with Mendix, we go across a number of different industries. So clients that are in the medical device space, in the mortgage space, and
Mm.
financial services, retail, insurance, and so on. So it's been interesting to talk to each of my clients and understand their perspective and the impact it's having on them. For example, in the insurance space, I mean, obviously for those of us who, are insurance policy holders, our concern is, oh, this should be covered. But then speaking
Yeah.
to the insurance company themselves, it was interesting to hear their perspective that, well, we don't cover pandemics because we never got the premiums for that. So it's like, oh, well, I never really thought about it from their business perspective. So it's been
Well, that's
interesting.
interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I think you were talking earlier, and you said that the mortgage industry is being impacted. I was talking to a friend saying that he was saying that the housing prices over in England have changed quite dramatically due to a flood in the market. What sorts of things are you seeing with some of your customers?
Yeah. So as you said, definitely in the mortgage space, I think there's going to be an impact there.
Mm,
Speaking to the CTO of the company, they're not quite sure yet how the impact is going to pan out for them. This company was founded in the 2008 crisis, so hopefully they'll come out of this stronger. But then, we've got other clients, some that are in the medical device space, for example, that are obviously seeing an uptick and a need for more digitalization within their products. So I think, with those companies, there's a huge impact. And the nice thing I'd say, with our clients now is, during a good time or a good market, the value proposition is, well, you want to beat your competitors, you want to go to market earlier
hmm
and quicker and faster and sooner and innovate and increase revenue. And during a downturn in this market now, it's all about, you can do more with less. You can expand your developer spectrum. You can, do a lot of operational efficiency, cost savings. So the conversations, I'd say, now are geared a lot more towards cost savings, efficiency, and doing more with less.
When it's talking about operational efficiency, have you seen, well, where are some areas that you're seeing customers try to gain more operational efficiency? Where are things where they're actually seeing actual movement there?
Well, I'll start. I think looking at it in two ways. So one is obviously the clients that are impacted by this. When we're
hmm
speaking with our sponsors and the folks that are in IT that are running and managing and maintaining these projects, their project funding is being cut. So now they've got
mm
fewer resources, and yeah, and the thing is, it's not just sales or marketing. Like, this is stuff that we're making it real. Like, we're living this day to day. Our clients are facing these
Yeah.
problems and challenges, and so we are trying to work with them. And Mendix provides a good solution alternative to them for being able to still keep those projects alive and keep them funded, but with fewer resources, so that it fits within their budget and they're able to do more. So there's that aspect of it in terms of the IT projects and apps and things they're building. And then in terms of what they're building, that aspect of it, they're looking at a lot more cost cutting and operational efficiency type of things. So even, I have a client that they have a SaaS solution for healthcare network. So
hmm
getting information from doctors, patients, and they're looking to make that process more efficient. So right now, and especially in this time, I mean, if they've got this network and they're doing billing and getting all these records from doctors and patients, and it's manual, or they go to a million different systems and have all these sorts of, looking at Oracle financials and all these other things. Right now, they're looking at making that process more efficient using and building a Mendix app to do that and pull data from different, Oracle, Workday, and other systems to make that happen.
Yeah, one thing that I've heard a lot recently is that the current situation has turned into a sort of a forcing function for digitization. The reality is, like, all of a sudden, something that was a paper process at one order of magnitude is now 5 orders of magnitude larger because people are at home or people are in more need. We have a solution around benefits that we did for the city of San Antonio, where people were in need, and the city just couldn't handle the volume. And it's interesting to hear that that's actually playing out consistently in some of our other customers. To handle that need, especially when you have fewer people, what are our customers doing, or what are people doing out there to try to address that need with fewer people? Like, you mentioned that, but really, what does that look like?
A lot of it has to do with hiring freezes. So right now, it's
Mm-hmm.
the market's terrible, it's a crisis going on, and people aren't hiring. Folks don't have open recs for developers, and so being able to do things more quickly, more efficiently in building those apps, with the team members they have, is really what they're looking to do. So it's
I was gonna say, are you seeing people like training others or getting others up to speed on platforms? Like, is that actually happening?
Yeah. So, what we're doing is right now, like, we're offering the free certification to help
Mm-hmm.
the clients out, just to give people a little break. But, we're seeing a lot of people, clients take advantage of that. So right now we've got a bunch of clients, I wish I knew the count, but a bunch of clients, and they've each, had a lot of people sign up for free certification so that
Oh, great.
increase their developer base, in essence.
So one question I have is, do you see any situations where a customer or client is trying to do more things or produce more solutions in software themselves than they were doing previously?
Yeah, I'd say, a lot of the folks that I'm working with right now,
Hmm.
the good news is the projects really haven't been put on hold. I mean, just looking at all my clients, people are still have the need to do
Hmm.
the same projects that they were doing and increasing their portfolio of projects. So, one client that I'm working with is in the home services space, and so they already built 5 apps, and they've actually identified, 10 more. So they weren't doing great before the crisis, and now they
Hmm.
really see a need to do more and to change the way they do their business. And so they're actually, I'd say growing. Like, funding has been tight, but they are
Hmm.
growing and they have new ideas, and they realize that they do need to change the way they do business. So, we are seeing a bunch of clients kind of rethinking their strategy and their 2020 goals.
Interesting. Are there any specific examples that you can give of a new way of doing things or an interesting goal? I know, you may not be able to share some of that, but are there any specific examples you could share?
Well, I think like that client that I was saying, right now, it was mostly manual. Like, they do home services, as I said.
Hmm.
So they're looking at it. It was a big clunky manual kind of system, where
Hmm.
people would, call in, you try to schedule something, and then, have somebody show up at your house. And now they're looking at doing things, in more almost like in an Uber like fashion, to find out the ETA, instead of like somebody giving you a 4-hour window of when someone will show up at your house. They're looking at this Uber like functionality to be able to track the repair people. And those are some of the ideas that they have. I mean, that unfortunately is not, right now with this COVID-19, it's not a good time to implement that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But at least, like, it's gotten them thinking about how to do things differently. So.
Well, maybe there's something they could do around, safety and cleanliness certifications or checklists on disinfecting things, or, I think there's a lot of opportunity there, and that's an interesting one because one of the things I've seen on our local town's Facebook group actually, is a lot of people are like, I need somebody to fix a dryer
Yeah.
or paint my house or repair my, like, there's still
Exactly.
this need,
Yeah.
but they just want to, like, is this person safe, like, do I, are
Yeah.
they healthy, like, stuff like that. So anyway, Ev, thank you so much for your time today. We're just about out of time, and I look forward to having you back to talk more about these things.
Thank
And for those of you watching, please let us know what you'd like to talk about next in the comments below, and we'll look forward to putting something together for you. Thanks a bunch. Bye.
you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like more Candid Low Code content, please go to video.mendix.com or our YouTube channel. If you have ideas for new Candid Low Code videos, please let us know in the comments below.